The Guardian, 7th of April 2024, Microsoft fears China will use AI to rig US, South Korea, and India elections. China is presently interfering with democratic governments in Bangladesh, Nepal, and the Maldives. As part of its plan to oppose India, our campaign promoted India. Microsoft has warned that China will try to sabotage elections in the US, South Korea, and India this year by using information generated by artificial intelligence following their failure with the Taiwanese presidential election. In a report released on Friday, the U.S. tech company intelligence team stated that it anticipated North Korean involvement in high-profile elections targeted by Chinese state-sponsored cyber groups in 2024. The report states, "We are likely to see Chinese cyber and influence actors. To some extent, North Korean cyber actors work toward targeting these elections as populations in India, South Korea, and the United States head to the polls." According to Microsoft, China would at a minimum produce and share AI-generated content on social media that benefits their positions in these high-profile elections. Although the business cautioned that this could change, it emphasized that the impact of AI-made material remained minimal. Microsoft stated, "China's increasing experimentation in augmenting memes, videos, and audio will continue, and may prove effective down the line, even though the influence of such content in swaying audiences remains minimal." According to Microsoft's study, China sought to use artificial intelligence, AI, to create a disinformation campaign during the January presidential election in Taiwan. The business claimed this was the first instance of a state-sponsored organization attempting to sway foreign polls through AI-generated content. During the Taiwanese election, Storm 1376, also referred to as Spamouflage or Dragonbridge, a Beijing-backed organization, was quite active. One of its attempts to sway the election involved uploading phony audio on YouTube purporting to be Terry Gu, a candidate who had withdrawn in November, backing a different contender. According to Microsoft, the video was probably AI-generated. Because many people could view it, YouTube erased the content. The organization supported by Beijing sent several AI-generated memes regarding William Lai, the candidate who ultimately prevailed and whom Beijing opposed as a pro-sovereignty candidate. The memes made unfounded accusations against Lai, including that he had embezzled public funds. Additionally, there was a rise in the employment of AI-generated TV news anchors, a strategy that Iran has also employed. The anchor would make unfounded allegations against Lai's personal life, such as that he was the father of illegitimate children. According to Microsoft, the news anchors were produced using the CapCut tool by ByteDance, a Chinese business that owns TikTok. Microsoft also mentioned that Chinese organizations are still running influence operations in the U.S. It said that players supported by Beijing are attempting to grasp the issues dividing U.S. voters by posing divisive questions through social media profiles. In a blog post accompanying the revelation, Microsoft stated, "This could be to gather intelligence and precision on key voting demographics ahead of the U.S. presidential election." A message on X, the previous Twitter platform, mentioned a bipartisan bill in the U.S. worth $118 billion, which bundled a $75 billion package for Israel and Ukraine with $20 billion for border improvements. "What's your reaction?" it inquired. Another brought attention to the downing of an F-35 fighter in South Carolina last year, stating that it was only under the Biden administration that such a precious piece of military gear could be lost, albeit parts of it were subsequently discovered, and inquired as to what others thought of the incident. The study was released the same week that a White House-appointed official review group claimed Microsoft made a cascade of errors that allowed state-backed Chinese cyber operators to access senior U.S. officials' email accounts. The U.S. and UK governments said last month that hackers with Chinese support had been running a cyber war for years against corporations, journalists, politicians, and the UK's election watchdog.